Hello, this is KC from KC Grandpa Tech, where your geeky grandpa talks tech, tech reviews, tech solutions, and all kinds of tech. Listen, I want to talk to you about using your Mevo. Now, in previous videos, I've talked about how to connect it to your soundboard and various other things. But today I want to talk to you about, from this point, when you want to mount it, things you can do with this, and all kinds of accessories that you can use with this that you may not be aware of it. So stay tuned. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, and please subscribe to the channel. And we'll be right back with more about this. Now the first thing, let's look at the bottom when you're going to mount it. Did you happen to know that this is a 1/4 inch mount? But it has an adapter in it that unscrews. And that allows you to use microphone stands also. So whether you have the regular stand or the microphone stand. But if you have to lose it, it is replaceable. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when you take it out. And basically, it is a 5/8 male to 1/4 inch screw clip mount. And you can hook up your standard tripod to this, or you can even use a microphone stand and by removing this and plugging it in. Now, just as a side thought, have any of you ever dropped this and broke this piece? In fact, it's on the blogs. A lot of people have done it. I'm going to show you a solution real quick. First thing, on the bottom here, you can remove the 2 screws that hold that plate. And then this I found is the best thing to use. By DAP, it's Rapid Fuse. It's a gel. So you'll be able to put the parts together, use a little tape, and it'll bring it all back together pretty nice, if you don't already know that. So let's go on. Now, Mevo or Logitech makes several accessories for your Mevo. You may be or may not be aware of them. And one of them is a tripod. Monopod would be more like the word to use. And it expands up to 58 inches. And it's about $149. And it's heavy duty. But I don't know if you guys know, you can buy something very similar for $30. And it's a little bit better made. I happen to like it better, mainly because the stand itself, when it expands, gives you a better stand, less chance of it getting knocked down. The main difference is, to use this, you still have the same ball head, but you turn it a half a turn in one direction, and that's how you expand it out. And to lock it, you just turn it the other way, and now it's locked. So, in comparison to these, put that back, I'm going to give you a comparison of the two side by side. And basically, I personally like the Selfie Stick Tripod 62 inch for $30 because it's the same height, but I like the stand better. It's firmer and less likely to be knocked down. The other nice thing about it, and you probably see it right here, is that the centerpiece can be unscrewed. So you loosen the center nut and just unturn it, and now the centerpiece, which you would use to mount your camera, can be pulled out and become a selfie stick. So let's say you're having a wedding or a huddle or a huddle is going on, and you want to capture the center of what's going on. You could reach that selfie stick at 61 inches in reach and show what people are doing. So it's a nice feature, and one of the alternatives to what Logitech makes. You have to decide what works for you. Now, as many of you know, the Mevo is a wireless connected device. But let's suppose you have a situation where you have poor Wi-Fi availability or no Wi-Fi and you want to connect it directly to the internet. Well, they do make a box for that. And it's about $149. It's called the Internet Block. Allows you to connect the internet into one side. On the other side, you connect the USB-C cable from here to your Mevo, and now you have internet connection. Also, the nice thing about this block is that if your internet connection, the switch, it supplies 12 volts, it will take the power from that USB, the internet connection, and transmit it through the USB into the cable and give you a continuous charge to your Mevo. And then on the back side, if that same connection does not have a 12 volt power supply that will charge your Mevo, you can connect your standard USB power supply for your Mevo there, therefore giving you a continuous charge. And it's a really nice device. But let's suppose you misplace it or you don't have one available at the time when it happens. Well, this device, very simple, easy to use, made by Brio, and this has the same concept. This is $30. This plugs into your USB-C cable in the back of your Mevo, and then plug your internet cable right into here. And then, if you want to have charging going on while you're doing this, you would plug your USB-C charger right here. The only negative about this is that if it cannot charge through the internet cable directly, so it doesn't have all the features, but it'll do the same job as the Logitech. And the difference is $149 versus $30. But you have to decide what works for you. Now, Mevo makes probably the best table stand out there. And it's 1/4-inch mounting screw, and you could use it for just about everything. And it's about $80. But, and this, what's nice about it is it extends out another foot. You can loosen that center piece right there at the very point where it tightens, and it will slide open. You tighten it, and you can adjust the angle of whether it's a Mevo camera or some other camera. Very, very well made and very, very heavy. But unfortunately, they don't make a clamp on one. So I'm going to show you one that works really, really well. And that one is right here. And you can see it will clamp onto any table. Now this is nice for if you want to use your Mevo and you want to clamp it onto a table. It also is great for other add-ons such as a ring light or adding a webcam or a DSLR camera or whatever other thing you want to hook up. So it's versatile in both ways, and like I said, you can use the Logitech table mount for just about everything because it is 1/4-inch mount. And once that's, like I said, that's one of the nice things about the Mevo on the bottom here, 1/4-inch mount. And you can unscrew this piece, like I said, and take it out, and it will convert to the standard size for a mic mount. And that's what it looks like when it comes out. And you can buy these in a camera store for about $7 if you happen to lose it. Very, very easy to use. So let's continue. Now, as a possible other choice you can use, this is for about a foot long, and this is called a Gorilla Pro. And it will clamp on to anything. Table, branch, anything you need it to clamp onto. And the nice thing about it, of course, is that it can be adjusted. So you can move your Mevo or other camera in any position you want it. Same thing here, 1/4-inch mount. Also came with a action cam mount, so you can connect it to that also. So those are some of the possibilities of accessories that you can buy for your Mevo or other cameras. Let's finish this up. Well, like I said, this video was to show you some ways to mount your Mevo and connect it to the internet and do various things with it. Now I'm going to go over basically, like I said, we talked about that on the bottom of your Mevo you have a 1/4-inch mount and an adapter in here that you can unscrew, that you can connect it to a larger mount, such as a mic mount stand. Now, the nice thing about it, again, is that should you lose this piece, fall out, you can buy this standard adapter for $7, and you can screw it right back in there, so in case you lost it. Now, what I didn't mention, it's one product you may consider. You may want to be able to quick release your Mevo from its stand. And a company that I have a video out on this in a full review, it's called by Usano, and this is the locking button in the front. And basically, you can screw it into your Mevo or any other camera, your tripod right here. And when you press the button, and press the release, it'll disassemble. You can see it like here. And it's pretty nice. And then you'll screw it in on one side. Makes it really nice because I'm able to pop my Mevo right off, put it in its case, and get on to my next job. So, and of course we talked about the difference of the two stands, the Mevo table stand and the alternative, the clamp-on stand that's available. And, of course, their stand, which is 58 inches, and an alternative stand called a selfie stick stand that happens to be $30. Does exactly the same job, except it has the option for using it as a selfie stick. So I hope that this information has been helpful for you. It's basically to give you some information of alternatives, ways to connect your Mevo, mount your Mevo, and get started with it. So check out my other videos on the Mevos. There'll be links in the description. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments. And until next time, this is Casey from Casey Grandpa Tech out.